Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of Steven Goes to the Movies. I'm here once again with Alan.
Hi.
Jesus, what is that?
I don't know, so there's a jerk in this parking lot who keeps honking his boat horn. Because, you know, assholes.
Yeah.
Anyways, so we just, we're leaving the parking lot now after seeing Overlord. Did I already say that?
What?
Overlord.
Yeah.
For a third time. And it was interesting.
Yeah, it was interesting.
It was not what the trailers made it seem like it would be.
What did you think?
The trailers made it seem, I mean, okay, I think this is another one of those situations where a trailer shows all the action in a movie.
Uh-huh.
And then misleads you on what, like, the main plot point of the movie is. Because I thought it was going, I mean, I think we kind of discussed and assumed that it was going to be a lot of, like, American soldiers dropping into, you know, Europe and then finding, like zombies and, like, having, like, defend themselves from a bunch of zombies. That's what I thought.
Oh, it's not wrong. I mean, I knew it was gonna focus like on like small group like that black guy they showed in the trailer. I knew it was gonna focus on.
Well, I mean, I know in the trailer because he goes, "There's and four of group, us,"
right?
So we kind of knew that part, but
and then I knew there was gonna be some sort of like zombie type creature.
Yeah, I thought so. The trailer made me think it was going to be a very campy film.
Oh, okay.
Very campy. I was like, I don't know how. I mean, it was sort of, but they took a lot of it was taking itself very seriously.
Yeah.
I gotta say that there was like the World War II stuff, where like the flying and then like everything's getting shot up, and like I really could feel the fear of the characters.
I liked how it felt in the IMAX. It was like it was really intense.
Oh yeah, we saw it in IMAX.
I was like, okay, this was worth the experience.
Yeah, I mean it was immersive, and I got chills. Yeah. Thinking about, like, I can't even imagine if I was like a paratrooper during World War II, like having to go through the emotions and the experience that they went through.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what this is adapted from. I kind of assume like maybe a comic book, but
yeah,
like,
I'm not sure.
This would make like a great video game adaptation.
Oh yes,
of like Wolfenstein. Or
well, that's what when I first saw the
Call of Duty zombies.
When I first saw the trailer, I thought Wolfenstein. I thought this was what it was.
Yeah.
And then there was one scene in the movie where they like run through the catacombs and there's like a gate and stuff. And I haven't played much of Call of Duty like zombies, but I did play one game, and you're running through catacombs and there's gates that you have to like. And I was like, this is Call of Duty zombies right now.
Pretty much.
So it was kind of funny. Yeah, so, I mean, before we get into spoilers and all that kind of stuff, I guess we can just kind of say if we recommend it or not.
Okay.
And I would say, yeah.
I would, I mean, I guess if you're into, like, zombies and
if you're into horror, because it's very much horror.
Because it's not a war film, it's like straight up a horror film.
Right, it's like if they took a war film and they added a bunch of horror elements to it. It was like Saving Private Ryan.
Right.
The horror edition.
Yeah.
Right? I almost thought it. So
and specifically zombie horror, if you're into that. Like,
yeah, definitely. So like, I mean, but so an IMAX ticket, at least locally for us, is like $22-24 if you don't have AMC Stubs A-list. So would you recommend? I mean, is it worth that kind of money?
I mean, yes. See, but you might look at the stubs.
There's a pause there. So if
you're really into it, I mean,
if you're,
I was never gonna see this movie without stubs.
Right. I mean, and I'm glad we did.
Yeah.
Right. Again, I don't know if I would have seen it without stubs. I might have waited till it was like at the discount theater, let's say, or something. But because of Stubs A-list, I'm glad we went to see it in IMAX because it was worth it.
Right.
So, I mean, honestly, really, this sounds like an advertisement, but just get AMC Stubs A-list.
The only thing I kind of think they kind of screwed up on is like they should have released this film earlier.
Earlier, like what?
Like before October.
Like more of like a summer film?
Well, not even like make September. Like just have it like so people can watch it during October, like Halloween. But having it
that's true.
After,
that's
it's
true.
like you're running into like Christmas films.
You know what I will say is that if they had released this around Halloween, I would have recommended this over Halloween.
Really? Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because there was more action in this.
Okay.
And you get a better feel for the characters. I will say that the main actor, he got a little annoying. And at the end there, you even heard me. I was like, come on! You know?
Well,
because he was like repeating
character.
himself. And like...
I would say that...
I don't think he arced. That's my only issue.
The thing was, yeah, there was so many like stock characters.
Yeah, there were. You had the loudmouth, annoying New Yorker.
Yeah,
the Jew going to fight the Nazis.
Right.
You know, and then you had the I don't know, token black guy. Not really.
I think he was not the token black. He was definitely our protagonist, but like he was like that good-hearted soul. Like they tell that story about him not killing a mouse. And everybody doubts him, like you're not a killer, you're not gonna stand up.
Right.
And I guess his arc is kind of like he steps up to the plate and becomes a fighter when he has to be. That's what his arc is.
I guess, but at the same time, that's true, because I was gonna say like he never changes as a person, where at the beginning
remember he's really scared and like unsure of himself at the beginning, and then
that's true, and he goes into the little thing about how like two months ago I was gardening in my lawn, and then I got a letter that I had to go and serve in the war. So I get that. What I'm curious about, I don't know the historical context, and maybe it's like kind of looking too deeply into it, but that they had
mixed race.
They had the mixed races.
I'm not sure they did
on the because I saw in the unit, and then they also had like the corporal was black, and I don't know if during World War II, based on where the civil rights movement was, if I don't know if there were any black corporals, and B, if they would have had because I thought I remember reading.
I watched Red Tails, and there was like they show like the racism because and they had a black company for the Air Force,
they would keep the black soldiers like together.
Yeah.
So that's why it was weird. It was a little strange to have a black corporal in charge of a bunch of mostly white soldiers with like a black soldier in the mix.
Yeah, a few black soldiers.
Which again, I mean, I don't, there's no issue with that except for historical relevance. I don't know if that holds up.
Yeah. I mean,
but again, it's about a movie. It's it's a movie about Nazis basically working on zombies.
Right.
So I mean, we're not going for like a real historical feel here. But that was just something I noticed at the beginning, and I was kind of like, I want to kind of look into this and see if this is something.
I'm not too sure, but I watched Red Tails, and that was about black soldiers
that become like they do they have like a fighter pilot squadron. So in the end, I would say go see it. I liked it. I'd give it I'd give it 4 stars.
Kurt Russell's son is in this.
Oh yes, now we can kind
of looking like Kurt Russell in the film.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, when Alan saw that it was a Wyatt Russell, and he was like, "Holy crap!" Like he could become he could take over any role his dad did.
Yeah,
and they could do a new version of that.
Like
movie.
Any escape movie, he'd be like perfect for a reboot.
Escape from Nazi France. Oh, I forgot to turn my lights on. There you go. That's the next movie. Not kidding. But yeah, no. Listen, the acting was great. The set pieces were great.
Well, okay. No, I would think some of the when that Colonel did the speech in the beginning, I was like groaning, like that was terrible.
Yeah.
And it did get better. Like definitely Wyatt Russell was pretty good. Everyone else is like, okay, it's just kind of stock, but I guess it's the right.
But it was passable. I mean, it wasn't bad acting.
No, it wasn't bad. Definitely,
it wasn't like Academy Award winning.
Right.
But it wasn't bad. There was no character that pulled me out of the movie, and I was like, why did they cast this person? Right? They mixed a lot of there was some French in there, and then some German, and then even that little boy was a great actor, and the whole thing, it all blended together really nicely, in my opinion.
Right.
So there you go. I say go see it, especially if you have AMC Stubs A-List. see it in the best theater you can, Dolby or IMAX, something like that, because it is an immersive experience.
Right.
I guess we can move on to some trailer talk. There was a lot of trailers that we've seen already a couple times and talked about, but there were some other ones in there, like Creed 2. We both just watched Creed recently. Yeah. So I'm really looking forward
especially
to,
since it looks like it's also a follow-up to Rocky 4, which is my favorite Rocky film.
Yes, yeah, it's the return of Drago.
Yeah.
But now it's the kid versus the kid.
Yeah.
So that it's gonna be your generic Rocky movie with a training montage and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But I think, it looks good, looks fun.
Yeah, it looks good.
And because of, again, AMC Stubbs A-List, there's no reason not to see it.
Yeah, and I enjoyed Michael B. Jordan.
You know what? I do have to say, in Creed 1, I felt he was a little too much on the angry side. And then in the trailer that we saw,
Black Panther.
and then in the trailer we saw today for Creed 2, again there was that maybe a little too much anger. Where he's like, I can do it. I was like, so I'm reserved, but I'm looking forward to it. I will see it.
Yeah.
Next up was Robin Hood. We haven't discussed it yet because we haven't seen the trailer. I've seen the trailer in other movies I've gone to see.
I've seen it before too.
But we haven't discussed it yet. I am not looking forward to it.
I don't think it's gonna be very good. But I want to watch it.
It's gonna be trash.
It's just so Jamie Foxx puts a weird accent.
You know what? I'm not the biggest fan of Jamie Foxx.
And then it's
I'll admit it,
anachronistic setting, because it's looks futuristic kind of, but also
they have a tank. There's a tank vehicle,
very
and
strange.
And the guards have like shields and things that in certain ways that they didn't have.
And then I don't like that the actor who's
playing Robin Hood. Yeah, I feel like he's too cocky.
Oh, Targon
Egerton, I don't mind. I like him in Kingsman, but I was talking about the bad guy, because it's the same guy who played Krennic and
yeah.
What is it called? That Star Wars film.
Yeah, right. Yeah, he was the emperor or the.
Yeah, and it's the same damn stock villain.
Yeah, but even the guy playing Robin Hood, I feel like the role is being taken a little too cocky.
But that's him in Kingsman too. Right,
but then that's him and that's how he acts, which I get, but that doesn't fit Robin Hood to me.
No.
Right, Robin Hood is he's the selfless guy who's stealing from the rich to give to the poor. And in this movie, it almost seems like he's doing it more for fame, from the trailer at least.
Yeah, I guess.
Next up, this was a new one, The Escape Room.
I've seen that one before.
I hadn't seen the trailer for that.
Okay.
I would call it a mix of Saw and Cabin in the Woods.
It reminds me of Cube.
Cube, which I haven't seen yet, which you did tell me. They're on Netflix. I will check them out.
So I'm kind of looking forward to it, because I love Cube, and a movie like that where people are trapped in this death trap is kind of cool. So.
The one thing I have to say though, I was upset at the trailer, because I don't understand why a trailer about a movie where characters are going to be killed shows the situations where you're like, okay, well that character clearly dies there. You know what I mean? It was too much. When it opened up in the first half of the trailer, I was like, ooh, I'm intrigued.
I mean,
and then they started getting into spoilers.
It's not showing you the end deaths, at least.
I know, but they could. I don't know why trailers have to go so far. Why can't they just end at the teaser? Why do they have
so many trailers screw up advertising?
There was 23 minutes of trailers.
Yeah.
Next up was Pet Sematary.
Yeah.
Another trailer I had not seen before.
I see that.
Stephen King. I mean, it looks good. Looks like high production value.
Because I love the original.
I never saw the original.
You never seen the original? It's pretty good.
Maybe I'll try to rent it.
It is meta. Yeah, but I'll see it. I mean, I think it looks like it's following the same plot points though. So I don't know if they'll add anything new.
So it's so do you think are you a little worried it might be too much of a remake?
I'm just figured it's gonna be straight up the same thing, and it's just with new actors, and I mean even the kid looks creepily enough like the original kid.
Oh really?
Yes, he looks straight up like the original kid.
I don't know. So now I don't know. Should I watch the original
You should.
Maybe we can maybe we can do a video where we talk about the original, the 4, and then we talk about how it compares after.
Yeah, South Park parodied it once.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I probably saw that, and I just don't remember.
Yeah, you know.
Next up was Bumblebee. Again, we've seen that trailer. We've discussed it. You know, it's another Transformers movie. Glass.
Yeah,
it's the same trailer. Yeah, again, we discussed it. It's the same trailer that I was pissed about last time for spoiling too much. So I tried to cover my ears and the whole thing, and I swear to God, my arms were getting tired. The trailer was so fucking long. Language. Next up was Captain Marvel, which we
haven't discussed that.
We haven't discussed it.
I've seen it.
I hadn't seen it.
You hadn't seen it?
No. I think I saw like a commercial.
I guess
or something.
I watch every trailer that shows up.
Yeah, I don't go scouring the internet for trailers.
Oh, okay.
because I can see pretty much anything.
All right.
There's no reason for me to like. I don't. You know, the less information I have, the better.
Me, I'm always a hound for information.
I think it'll be good, but I'm not sold on the actress in the role.
Brie Larson.
She's
pretty.
She's pretty, but that's not enough.
For me, it's enough.
For Alan, it's enough. For me, it's not enough. I want that I want that Scarlett Johansson-ness. Like, I know she can kick ass. You know?
Okay. I don't know. I'm not a big fan of Scarlett, to be honest.
Not a big fan of Scarlett Johansson. Yeah. Oh boy. Okay.
I'd rather have Brie Larson, but I may have to edit
Alan out of this video now.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
What if so many people come to the defense that I'm like, really? Okay, whatever.
Screw you, man. I'm kidding.
But I want to say, like, it's
kind of strange that they're pushing Captain Marvel. Cause like
she's gonna be the savior of humanity.
Yeah, like they're pushing her so hard. It's like, relax. Like she's not that great, like powerful.
Oh really?
In the comics, so she's powerful.
Again, I don't know anything about Captain Marvel.
She used to be like the problem with Marvel is that they don't really have a lot of female characters. They didn't, you know, that weren't piggybacking off of male character.
Okay.
Like the female version of the male character.
True.
Or were like attached to a team like Storm, or like all the X-Men females, or like Miss Invisible. You know?
Oh, Fantastic Four. Yeah. So
she's
kind of like one of the only standalones.
Well, she was Miss Marvel for so many years. You know, Captain Marvel was a guy.
Oh,
probably in this film. I think it's Jude Law.
Also
playing him.
Okay, I did notice him in there.
Yeah, the original Captain Marvel. And what happens is that she takes on the Captain Marvel title after he passes away.
Oh, okay.
So,
interesting.
Yeah. And now the new Miss Marvel is a completely different character that has powers kind of like Mr. Fantastic.
Gotcha.
Yeah. I really enjoy her. Hopefully she gets something soon.
Who?
Miss Marvel.
Oh, Miss Marvel.
The new Miss Marvel.
Got it.
There's like, there's actually like,
why not, right?
There's like several Miss Marvels.
It's like Marvel. Fund it.
They are having one of the Miss Marvels in this film, playing a supporting role. So maybe she will be developed into like her own hero.
That makes sense. They got to introduce them before they can spin it off.
Right.
Okay. Next up was Aleta Battle Angel.
Oh man.
We've seen the trailer from when we saw the movie in the previously, but we haven't discussed it at all.
Right.
It looks fantastic.
Yeah, it looks great.
The digital effects look amazing.
Yeah, they fixed the whole thing with the eyes. The eyes were like way too big in that first trailer.
Oh, so okay, so they went back and got it.
It looks a little bit more realistic. She's supposed to have big eyes.
The water effects, like when her hair's wet, like it all looks really good.
It's James Cameron producing, and then Robert Rodriguez is the director. I love Robert Rodriguez.
It's based on an anime, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I haven't seen the anime. Is it an anime movie or is it a show?
Well, I think it's a movie.
So we'll have to look into that. Because if it's a movie, I wouldn't mind watching that.
Yeah.
To compare with this kind of a thing.
Yeah.
And then the last trailer was Aquaman, which I don't know if we've discussed it.
I don't know.
I don't think so. We've seen it so many times now with so many movies. But personally, I don't care.
I think that the trailer is really bad.
The trailer is awful. I'm glad it's the same trailer every time. Maybe because then they're not spoiling more of the movie. But
there's several trailers out there.
Oh well, for some reason I've seen the same one every time. Okay. But it's an awful trailer. It's awful. I mean, with the battle, with the you know, the like Star Wars-esque, like Star Wars Episode 1-esque, you know, underwater city stuff, and then the crowd reacting to something, and like it all just looks
cringe.
And then
but I do want to watch it.
Well, I mean, we'll see it.
I like
because
Jason Momoa.
AMC Stubs A-list.
Right.
But
I would have seen this regardless.
I probably wouldn't have,
because I'm such a big comic book fan. I watch anything.
Yeah, you know what though? All the DC movies have been so disappointing.
Well,
without Movie Pass or AMC Stubs list, I wouldn't have gone to see any of the. Actually, even the.
I'm kind of a Snyder fan. I do love DC movies.
I mean, listen, I like Snyder, but I have not found the movies enjoyable.
I just think they kind of get a raw deal because, like, they're a little bit, like, more cerebral. And especially, they also got cut, like, to shit by the studios.
Okay, so you know, studio interference is a big problem.
Yeah.
With many movies these days. Definitely, I think the DC ones have probably been affected by that more than others.
Because they're trying to go for that Marvel feel, and it's like chasing the dragon. They're never gonna get it.
Yeah. Now, will I see it? Will we see it? Yes, because we can. So that was the last trailer that we watched, and so again, Alan, thank you for coming out with me. It was a fun movie. Thank you all. If you're still watching, don't forget to like and subscribe and hit the bell.
Yeah, you gotta hit that bell.
Gotta hit that bell.
All right.
And if you don't, just subscribe, please, and like it. And thank you again, and have a wonderful night.
Have a good night.